Are you the kind of person who usually reacts when, like, just react about any situation or anything that comes to your way? Are you the kind of person who usually reacts or show reaction, or if someone does this and then you react, like you really have to react in any way, shape, and form? I feel like because I feel like in today's episode, I'd like to share with you that there is this concept of not being able to really aware of how you react to things based on how you actually want the consequences are. So for example, like you have this goal in mind, like you want to be a better person, but each day you fill your head with anything just bad, like from the news, or you consume so much news, or you consume so much negativity in this world, and all you consume whole day is just about the crap and of this world. And but you have these future goals of being a better person or being a calm person, or maybe you're the kind of individual who has this wanting to be a successful person someday, or maybe like like you want to have a stable life, but each day you tell yourself a different story, like you're not really doing the things that is necessary for you to do just to achieve that particular goal you have in mind. And this is what I'm it's not really like, now I'm really talking to you from like in between spaces. So like most of my episodes, they are chaotic, and the basic reason is like um, it's like I'm seeing the images in my head, and I'm feeling my senses. I have my senses all up, and then I'm trying to connect to connect the ether to the physical world. So it's like I'm trying to tell you something that is so vague and complex, but I'm trying to articulate it in a way that you can understand. So I have my tools here, and I have my coffee here to tell you something, because I feel like this is something big or something meaningful for you, and maybe for me too, as someone who sends you this message. So yeah. So as I was saying, the, like, are you the type of person who reacts on things in a way where you actually don't want to be the outcome? So let's say, like, oh my gosh, whenever I do messages like this, I see crowds like just in front of me, like, yeah, we're making some presents, okay, good spirit. Anyway, so it's things like that, like little things, because you're too busy with your life. Your life is so fast, and maybe because you're used to being to functioning so fast, like it's easy for you to miss the little things. And because even if you're not doing something, your mind is still so busy that you forget what is right in front of you. And what is right in front of you, are the answers that you're looking for. But you can't see it because your mind is so busy up in the air, too much air. So, and then there's less fire, which is the action, and less water, which is emotion, and maybe less earth. And usually air and water coincide in a way where it creates storms when combined. When you have too much air, too much information, and too much thought, too much dreams, too much fantasies, and then you just have too much water, which is your emotions, and without the steady foundation of the earth, so without really having the ability to manifest it in the real life, to make it real, because earth is just concerned about what is real, like what I see now, okay, like what you're seeing right now, okay. So it's like you're looking at me impromptu, telling you, because I'm like, if you've been following my episodes, it's like, what is she talking about exactly? Me too. It's like I'm sitting here with you with this like vague idea coming from somewhere else, out of nowhere, and then it's pulling me. My water is pushing me to do the fire, which is the action, which is now you're watching me, listening to me, making Earth satisfied, making Saturn satisfied by doing something tangible out of your thought. So thought is like your crown chakra. So that's like purple or indigo color. So it's like working with your energies and balancing it is amazing, but it's also confusing, and it challenges the way you perceive things. Because like, I don't know, like just for example, like moments ago, like whenever I open messages like this, whenever I talk something like this or do something like this, I feel the winds immediately shifts. It's like the wind is telling me something. It's like, oh, you're doing it right, or you're doing something. It's like the wind is calling, or the wind is making its presence. Like now it's getting strong and strong and strong. So and there are cases where I do messages and then there are crowds all over me, like the other time when I did film the previous message, there were hawks all over me. So things like that you will easily like mislook. You overly, because of your overly busy life, your life is so hectic that you don't have the chance to really see how existence actually is. And because of that, like because of this imbalance going on inside you, there is this, when situations come, like impromptu situations, you react in a way where it's dramatic, usually because you're unaware. So instead of like you're usually a calm person, but because you're angry at something, when someone is just like going over the lane or whatever, you immediately raise your middle finger and just yell and scream anything out of the blue. And you're kind of wondering why at the end, like why did you do that, or did you expect some reaction from your partner or whatever. And I don't know, like, and then when someone is pointing it out and you say, no, I'm not doing that, no, I'm not doing that. So it's like, for me, seeing these behaviors from people, from different people I know, it's kind of funny because it's like people are watching. Like, for example, you are watching how I move. So you take note, you kind of have this unwritten rule of you being able to note how I move my mouth, how I move my eyes, how I move my shoulders, how I move when I talk, how many times I raise my palms when I have these thoughts and ideas, when do I do that, or when do I cup my chin, or something like that. So yeah, I don't take note of those things. So whatever you see in me, like that's like my unconscious. Part of it I know because I am aware of doing them. I'm trying to be aware, and if someone is calling out because of it, then I sit down with it and evaluate, is this really purposeful? Is this really how do you call it, constructive, or it's just BS? Okay. So, and now the point is, it's not like, if you actually want to pursue a goal, if you have a goal in mind, then it is also essential for you to really know and look at your daily actions towards it. So for example, like you want true love, but each day you're ignoring the message, or you're skipping the day of not reaching out to her, for example. Or maybe like your goal is to make it to clean your home, but each day you're just sitting down there scrolling on social media because you just want to rest and chill, while ignoring your promise that at the end of the month you actually promised your family that you will actually clean the house. So for example, like these are examples. In my case, like in my life as a writer, as an author, like at the end of the year I will be able to publish my LGBT romance novel, and I will be able to publish my first short story anthology. So it was really written. So each day I do something, even if it's just one sentence in that day, at least I was able to show up. The point is being able to show up to something that you actually want. And because I want it so much, so I stick with it. And now that short anthology will be out in on July 16th, and as an ebook, and my upcoming novel will be this coming December 31. So, and plus I was able to, I'm still able to write two separate manuscripts. And while doing all of a bunch of things, I'm still able to keep my calm and keep my ground, keep myself like instead of creating ripple effects. So something like I would say, act. So maybe I will, like, because of, let's say I'm not grounded or centered, then I will be easily emotionally violent, for example. And because like I'm emotionally violent, then I will be able to say something to others that I shouldn't have said, or maybe then I would do things recklessly that that I would feel regretful and resentful for my future self, or whatever it is. So yeah. So the crowds agree. So it's like that. Like it took me time to really just be aware of this part of myself, where especially in my case, like I have a Scorpio moon. Why I'm touching the moon all the time? Because my moon is the unconscious. Okay, the moon is the unconscious. It holds the unconscious. It holds the tidal waves. So it's like the moon controls the surge or the calm waters, you know. Like you can either create a tsunami or you can create a Mediterranean coastline. Or you can create a Mariana Trench, or you can create a Palawan paradise. I mean, like, you have power. Like, each one of us has water in us, and each one of us has the power to control the tidal waves, just like the moon. And because it holds the unconscious, whatever we do that we are not aware of is the unconscious. So that includes when we're asleep, anything that, how we behave when we're drunk, how we behave when we're losing control. So like you're high, you're drunk, you're too angry or too hungry, too thirsty that you just scream at someone. I mean, you're just too exhausted. I mean, you're just so exhausted and you just say anything you want because you're so fucking tired. I mean, I really learned it, like, okay, why it's like months ago when we had this struggle with moving out and all stuff with our ex-landlord, was like the pressure is on. I really was watching myself, how I react with these things, even with the extremes, like how I truly react when I'm in this kind of situation where I will be pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed to the limits. How much more can I endure, and how much more should life be so miserable and so, how should I say, like so dire for me to break?
So it was like a test for me to really like how much patient I am actually. So it was like a test for me. Like I was able to find, it was like an amazing experience to really see myself that way. Like looking back at the videos, like it was like I could have reacted differently. Like I could have screamed all over or whatever, but it's the lesson that I'm teaching, I'm telling, like it's being able to separate yourself from the reaction and being able to really control your tidal waves, because it's either you can create a tsunami or you can create a paradise. It's up to you. But all of us, including you, including me, we all have our waters, we all have our moon, and our moons are playing out in our daily lives all day. So it's just a matter of you being able to be aware of it, and whenever they come to you, like make known to you through whatever, like outburst or whatsoever imbalance, then it's time for you to sit down with it and ask yourself, why is it there? Or what made me react to things? What made me do things? What made me say those things? Or what made me stop from doing things? What made me anxious from doing things? So yeah, I'm not sure if you're able to get something in this episode, and it will be quite short so compared to the last one. But this is what I have for you today, and please take care of yourself and love yourself as much as I love you and care for you. And what else? If you like to know more about me, all the links are in the description below. And yeah, like and subscribe, and feel free to share your honest thoughts and feelings in the comment section. What else? Yep, I guess that's it, and see you in the next one with love, peace, and harmony with self and others. Tschüss!